Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Akmalia binti Iqbal Zaini, A15A0734. Today I'm going to present my part, which is introduction of through freight transport. The through freight transport concept is very important factor in the distribution of goods both domestic and international. It shows a direct flow of goods from exporter to the importer with a minimum interruption and delay. Next, it is a system by which goods can flow smoothly from origin to destination with the minimum of transshipment or under uniform control. The efficient flow is when undertaken as unit transport load, which is combine the item or item in shipment container into single units that can be moved easily. Next, we go to the next slide, which is difference between conventional transport and through transport concept. In conventional transport, the responsibility for the good are divided to many companies, each share between shipper, forwarding agent, ship owner, and others. The division of responsibility create a complex system of commercial procedure because there are too much documentation needed. It is a producer-oriented system, not a customer-oriented one. In conventional method, the traditional method is to sell on FOB, free on board, and CIF, carriage, insurance, and freight terms. In through transport concept, the organization responsible for the cargo from origin to destination. The attention of all those involved is focused on the unit of cargo as it goes through the system. It meets the requirement of the shipper because it is concerned with the total journey, not each intermediate step. It will minimize the number of separate cargo handling and increase the efficiency. The commercial implication is that the shipper or exporter is able to sell on a true transport basis, which is use the actual delivered price. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Sir Razman Hafifi. My name is Ms. Fira binti Muhammad. I will continue to my part in the transportation and trader. Okay, there are several possible saving and advantage to the traders through transport system. There are 5 several possible, which is speed, reliability, safety, simplicity, and the cheapness. Okay, first thing is the speed. Speed is, as we know, speed is not only a function of the movement of speed, but there is the speed of the transfer and handling. The total effect of the efficiency of handling, sorting and storage to the sense of the holding the goods while waiting the transport rather than the stock holding. Second is the reliability. Reliability is the handling, storage, and the sorting are reduced, leading to a reduction in the risk of goods being damaged, stolen, or lost. Okay, for example, there are some dangers in the concept, which is from the fact that the handling, storage, and sorting are reduced, leading to the risk of the being a good damage. Okay, I will move to the freight forwarding agent. Okay, the objective of the freight forwarder. First, to secure individually a sufficient volume of cargo to gain and educate a return on investment. Second, to secure cargo in balanced flow. Third, to achieve their own office, groupage and storage facilities within the area which they are served. Fourth, to set up a network of electronic communication and data processing equipment. Okay, 5, to establish delivery schedule and ensure that the cargo delivered according to the schedule. And the last, to keep shippers fully advised of the method and concept of cargo handling and carriage. Okay, next is the function of freight forwarder. The freight forwarder will use the documentation which is include the bill of lading, certification of cargo, exchange control, and others. Second is planning and costing the routes, which is include the speed, economy, reliability, trading time and cost, booking and coordinating transport and freight space, which is domestic and the international. Fourth is the arranging any ancillary service, and the last one is consolidating and paying charges, which is to the transport operator.
A good day everyone, my name is Kishalini Segar. Today I am going to talk about the deliver price concept and the physical distribution management. First of all, the deliver price concept is the system of selling on full delivered terms which contrasts in sales ex works, free on board, cost insurance and freight. This means that all the arrangements for the transport and insurance to the point of delivery are the responsibility of the seller. Transportation stressed that the importance of the deliver price concept is on the balance of the payment and product competitiveness market. And then the exporter can accurately access the product's competitiveness in market if only the deliver price is charged. Techniques of distribution operating directly from the point of production, which it means embracing a whole series of factors such as packaging, stock control, documentation, transport and warehousing will provide all inputs to calculating the data. Second is the physical distribution management. Distribution is the making product available in their market. It is getting the right product to the right place at the right time. There are two main product availability. First is making product available by for sale to the end users. Second is making product available by enabling physical possession from to the consumer. It is the term applied to the broad range of activities which concern with the efficient movement of the goods from the production line to the consumer. It is overseeing the responsibility of the designing and administrating the procedures that all control the activities. Distribution embraces the whole movement of goods and products to the consumer. Other than that, distribution is a service to the consumer which will provide the process of delivering the goods required to the right place at the right time. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I'll present about the cost of distribution. The real cost of distribution must be identified when dealing with the company's cost structure. So, cost of distribution or distribution expenses can be defined as the cost incurred in deliver the product from the production unit to the end users. In a simple way, we can say that the cost or expenses in moving the product or goods from the point of production to the point of consumption. So this is the cost of distribution. So for example, in the car industries, the cost of distribution is quite high because the cost in delivering the products is quite high and risky, and the cost to maintain the products and sustain the product is quite high. So to reduce the distribution cost, there are some factors that can be implemented to make sure the saving in distribution costs can be met. First, simplification of the products. Second, reduction of the stocks. Third, improvement in packaging. Fourth, changes in methods. And fifth, use the changes in technologies.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Afida binti Muhammad Bakhari, A15A0511. I will present my part, which is road transport and distribution. Road transport has many advantages over other modes of transport, which is flexibility and control. It's flexible because it has full geographical coverage and can use any truck to transfer the load. For the control, the vehicles is under the full control of driver, and driver can make spot decision about changes of the road and time. Road also has disadvantage. The disadvantage of the road transport is the load size carried by the lorry is limited in one journey. Second, distance of the journey is limited because of driver's hour limitation and speed restriction. Next, road condition. There is no exclusively road for lorry. The main factor of choosing the road transport is the type of product, the length of the haul, and service reliability. Next is choice of route carrier. Road haulage company can be separated into two branches. First, company operated with their own fleet. Second, contract out their transport offer to professional hauliers. The reason for a manufacturer is designing their own and operate company transport fleet or contract their transport out are varied and complex. Transport the use should be under their own management control to ensure the transport equipment and system is tailored to their own requirement and not compromised by a professional hauliers. The solution is to use their own fleet to meet average demand and supplement their fleet with higher transport at time of peak loading. Finally, way to obtaining a vehicle. First, the vehicles can be bought outright involving cash outlay. Second, borrow the cash and pay interest on the borrowing. Lastly, getting another company to buy the fleet and then leasing the vehicles back to them, or becoming a party to a contract for hiring vehicles. So, the right choice of obtaining the vehicles is depend on the cash resources of the company, its capital structure and investment program, and the influence of taxation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and good day everyone. My name is Eftilagawati Rajim. There are two types of leasing. First one is the fixed basic rate method and second one is the fully amortized rate lease. The first one, the fixed base rate method, which can include an extra charge for service and maintenance. In some, there is an extra charge if the leased vehicle is off the road for a set minimum period. The lease money is therefore paid as a set rate, usually monthly. At the end of the lease, the vehicle is sold and the money is raised goes to leasing company. The fully amortized lease, where the vehicle is depreciated over the life of the lease, so to some degree, residual figure. The payments are based on the sliding scale according to the depreciation rate. This is usually accompanied by maintenance and service agreement. First, reserve of capital which will be tied up in fixed asset can be used for other purpose. Second, leasing assists in budgeting and forward planning, such as cash flow forecasting. The payments are usually regular, known as the monthly, and also pay in advance. In certain cases, lease payments are also allowable expenses against the taxation. Leasing also can be hedged against the inflation because the lease payments are based on the prices current, where the lease is negotiated. In some cases, however, there can be clauses in the contract which vary the rate payable in line with the inflation. However, there are also a disadvantage of leasing. First, the lease can be only terminated at agreed dates without incurring large cancellation charges. This is a particularly timing during times of rapid development in the vehicle technology, when a company needs to have a flexible sale and purchase policy to keep abreast of competitors. The second one is the equipment is never owned by the company, and any capital of allowance, either in the form of the government grants or tax relief, are only available of the leasing company. Rail transport and distribution. For the rail transport and distribution, the business are always use the rail transportation for the delivery of a wide range of goods, including post, coal, steel, and other heavy goods. It is a fast delivery capacity, cost-effective, safe mode of the transport, and also it is reliable. There are some advantages of in transporting freight stem from two operating characteristics. It is more efficient to draw steel wheel vehicles along a steel track in terms of resistance to motion than other surface modes. Potentially, the railway should obtain greater productivity per man operating hour than the road transport. Rail operating objective can be due and directly affect the users of the rail in a physical distribution. A balance has to be struck in the utilization of the track between the passenger service and the freight services. If the passenger side of the railway predominate, there is a less opportunity for operating shovel freight trains. There are also some disadvantages of the rail transportation. When a regular and substantial flow of heavy freight between rail connected points are concerned, for example, coal, iron, or semi-finished steel, heavy chemicals, oil, cement, and even grain, it is highly likely that rail will have advantage over road. It must be remembered that we have even flow of liquid pipeline also becoming a competitor. In the case of the light consumer goods, the lower of using train for trunk haul between principal centers are offset by a higher road transfer cost and need the use a road of collection and delivery. In fact, the cost advantage and rail in trucking may be very small in comparison to road. The cost is very sensitive to journey distance, size of load, frequency, regularity of flow, and the location of the origin of the destinations.
On markets and rail, they can vary. They can be very little captive market for the railways, especially with customers' good traffics. The market outlets in the country are disparate, require a complex system of distribution that is flexible enough to meet changing social and commercial patterns. Most suitable use for rail is the moving of large volumes of freight over long distance. The train is limited to its permanent way. The main disadvantages stem from its fixed tracks operation. Freight and distribution. Freight is more expensive than surface transport. The reason why companies send freight by air is they have shorter period compared to the surface transport, which is land transport and railway transport. Okay. Next, the cargo is at risk from damage, pilferage, or deterioration for a shorter period, which can cut the cost of insurance. Next, it also can be used in emergency when the speed of delivery is paramount, no matter what the expense. Lastly, the use of air freight can be lower the cost of storage and distribution in the country of sale.
Now we will discuss the stock savings as air price. Capital tied up in goods is money not earning any returns. Capital cost sometimes called the interest or opportunity cost. This is because all organizations will borrow the money from external sources to fund their operations. And this money often will adjust the dividend of interest payments, and this inventory carries this borrowed money cost if an organization decided to use this money to purchase some raw material. Capital tied up in inventory still requires dividends of interest payment to funding sources. More capital in the stock will costing the company gain some profits. If company want to remain or supply the market, they must burn the cost. Any reduction in the size of stock or the number of goods in transit, it can save the company's money and has a saving in the direct cost. To calculate stock savings, we must know the value of goods in transit and storage and the opportunity cost of money. This is an example. If the company switches their mode to the faster transport such as air freight, they can save their money as much as 24,658 ringgit can be earned by the company. And now we will discuss the declines and stock replacement. The reason for holding stock is to satisfy the customer demand during the peak demand periods. And besides, they can have the protection against delay in delivery and possibility of supplies being interrupted. And they can have the buffers against the variability of customer demand. The average stock level in any warehouse depends on the quantity of each delivery lot, the each time for order placing to delivery, and the amount of safety stock calculated to satisfy variation in both supplies and demand. And before using the air freight, the zero stock position could be reached early at E. And the quantity at D have to be supplies, and CF represents the safety stock. After using the air freight, they can save their lead time. The stock becomes zero at Y1, and static stock level can be reduced to F1. This example for HP's distribution centers. For recommendation, they can switch to air freight shipment to deliveries, printer covers, so the company can reduce the lead time by using the air freight. Now we will discuss the warehouse saving. Savings can come from the reduced cost of moving the stock in the warehouse. Space available in the warehouse, but it will become an underutilized asset. bring some revenue to the company. Next, the company can regain the underutilization of storage space, has giving flexibilities for future expansions of the company's markets of product range. Now we will discuss the attitudes of air price. Model choice depends on the company's methods, operations, and the commodities involved in the company. There is a reluctance of company to fully use the air price. First, to use the air price is more expensive compared to other transport, and the company only use the air freight in emergency to supply the customers. As an example, the venture corporation has faced the risk of loss due to the long delayed deliveries of automotive parts by sea transport and need to ship by air to Kusu, Japan for continuous productions. To solve this problem, the venture corporation collaborates with overseas subsidiaries and makes transport by rail arranged combination of charter freight, truck, and ferry to solve this problem.
So, hi dan Assalamualaikum. Jadi saya akan teruskan dengan part saya iaitu cargo unitization. Cargo unitization melibatkan pembungkusan barangan ke unit bersaiz standard yang dikendalikan oleh peralatan mekanikal. Peralatan mekanikal sebagai contohnya ialah mesin mekanikal, forklift dan juga cranes. Cargo unitization ini boleh menyebabkan berlakunya pengurangan buruh dan juga boleh mempercepatkan pengendalian barang. Dalam perdagangan antarabangsa, kaedah utama yang akan dibangunkan untuk memenuhi prinsip-prinsip ini ialah kaedah pengkontenaan. Seterusnya saya akan cerita sedikit tentang pengkontenaan ataupun sistem kontena. Sistem kontena ini merupakan satu sistem yang mengangkut barang dalam peti kontena sebagai satu unit. Kontena ialah besi yang diperbuat daripada logam dan mempunyai pelbagai jenis dan saiz. Seterusnya ialah kebaikan sistem pengkontenaan. Reka bentuk dan sistem pelabuhan yang baik adalah faktor kejayaan ataupun kegagalan bagi sistem kontena. Hal ini kerana jika di sesebuah pelabuhan mempunyai sistem yang baik dan reka bentuk kontena yang baik, maka aktiviti pemunggahan barang akan dapat dipermudahkan lagi. Seterusnya ialah menjimatkan masa dan kerja pemunggahan. Banyak barang yang boleh dimuatkan di dalam sebuah kontena untuk dipunggah sekaligus dan tak perlu dipunggah satu persatu. Kerja pemunggahan ini dapat dilancarkan dengan menggunakan crane, truck dan mesin mekanikal. Kelebihan yang seterusnya ialah menjimatkan kos tenaga buruh. Hal ini kerana kos buruh dapat dikurangkan kerana kerja pemunggahan dijalankan oleh mesin pemunggah. Bayaran pelabuhan.
My name is Munirah binti Ibrahim. For consultation is the joining of small parcels of cargo from different sources into larger units for onward transport. Maksudnya, consolidation adalah gabungan bungkusan kargo yang kecil dari sumber yang berbeza ke dalam unit yang lebih besar untuk pengangkutan yang seterusnya. It aims to facilitate and optimize the number of links in the transport chain. Consolidation is the organization of product flows and activities which occur in several links in the transport chain. Given the connection between production and movement, attention has to be paid by a company's management to the following. First, the interrelationship between successive links in the product chain from raw material to finished product. Maksudnya hubungan yang wujud antara link-link dalam rantaian produk daripada bahan mentah kepada produk siap. Second, the interrelationship between the different transport change belonging to the same product change. Maksudnya, hubungan yang wujud antara rantaian pengangkutan yang berlainan yang dimiliki oleh rantaian produk yang sama. Optimizing all activities within the transport change, the objective are to raise the quality of service to the customer and to cut overall costs. These are often conflicting requirements